Well, folks, how is it rolling today? We are just about done loading feed here this morning. It is Monday morning, January 6th, and we're going to get the liners put in that mixer over there. That is the Supreme 1200 mixer that I bought used here a couple months ago to take the place of the mixer wagon that got caught up in the fire there. So that is the last load of feed there. That will end up mixing on that mixer wagon, and then we're going to start on the liner kit. And it's going to take us a little bit of time to get that in there. And we've got the other mixer wagon all loaded up with a load of heifer feed on it as well. And then I've got one more load of feed here to mix up this morning. Then I'll be done feeding for today. And we'll get ourselves down into the shop. So we're loading sand. Today's our day to put bedding sand in. The guy's coming around with the sand truck there, so he's getting ready to load it. And we are moving a load of soybeans over from one of the straight trucks down there. We're loading that over onto the belt trailer so we can make up one big load to go into Dumont. So we're gonna get after the rest of the feeding here, and we're gonna get down into the shop and we'll start working on that mixer wagon. Okay, so this is the last load that we're gonna put on the Supreme mixer. We're just gonna do a little fly around here quick. It's got a heifer load loaded on it, and yeah, so do a little fly around it, but it's worked good so far. However, the augers are getting real thin in it, and the walls are getting thin too, so we've got to get that liner kit in there. And then of course right on this one side here, we'll get down to it here, just below the oil reservoir here, you could just kind of see a hole coming through the one side there. Just you can see it just in front of the front tire, right down below that oil reservoir there. There's a hole coming through about 5-6 inches long, and that's real thin there. So the liners, they end up going up about halfway. So another thing we're doing here is we're moving beans over from the straight truck onto the Aulick belt trailer. The other day we had started filling this straight truck before Tim got back with the Aulick trailer, and then now of course we got snow on the ground, and we're not going to be able to do beans for a while, so they're just shoveling the corners out on this truck, and then that one's going to be empty. They'll tarp this trailer, and Tim will end up taking that into Dumont's, and that'll be it for the beans for a little while until this snow melts off so that we can get after them. We've got about 45 acres left or so to do. So this auger here is the auger that we use to go out of that big silo there, and then we had used it to go over to bunk wall to fill in high moisture corn into this bunk. Over here on this other side, you can kind of see a rip in the tarp there. We are feeding that high moisture corn, but we're keeping it covered up till we get back there a little ways, and then we can keep the cover open. So, well, we better get off, and we'll dump this last load of feed here on this mixer wagon, and that'll be that. Alright, we're feeding the last bit of the feed off for the morning here. We're in barn 8. Now this is the barn that we had added on to. So we are now just coming up to where the addition starts, and we have cows in on this first section, and then there's heifers in on this other end here. You kind of seen where I fed them heifers off in that last clip there. And Mondays we put sand in, so the guy that's putting sand in, he's got the sand truck in here, and he's ready to bed them down with fresh sand. We do that once a week. Alright, I've got all the good feed cleaned out of the mixer, and I ended up taking the tops of the screws off. So you're looking down at the top of the screw, and then what these screws are, augers, what have you. There's a planetary that comes up through the center of the screw, and there's like 10, I think there's 10 bolts if I remember right, that bolt this auger down to the planetary drive. And everything is real thin here. We've got a hole coming through the side right there. You can see that from the drone. And then our baffles are tore up here a little bit, but they're not tore as bad as they were on the other 1200 mixer that we've got, that we rebuilt a year ago. Now the auger flighting itself, which is this part here, is rather thin. This is down to right about 1/4 of an inch. This back one is in slightly better condition than the front one. Then of course you've got your various knives that cut up the baled hay here, and then this is the front screw, and that's quite a bit thinner than the rear one. So guys have reflighted these screws before. They've put these pieces on and rewrapped it, but the trouble is this center tube here gets thin, and on this one it's actually wore through. It's wore through right there. I can stick my finger right inside there. Let me get a little light in here. So yeah, so there's a hole wore right through this one, so this one wouldn't have been so this one would not have worked too well to reflight. That's just a mongrel job anyways, to reflight the auger. It's better to just put new ones in, and we've got new ones to go back in. So we're going to get these tubes cleaned out. There's a lot of crap down in there. The front one's got a little bit more than the rear one here. So we'll get the cap screws out, and now we can just hook a chain on that center lug right there, that bar going across the center, and lift the screws out. Clean the mixer out the rest of the way, and start putting the wall liners in. Alright, we have all the crap removed out of the screws. There was a couple 5-gallon pails worth of crap here in them, and then we've got the bolts are all removed from out of the center of the auger here, and then that's what bolts the auger down to the planetary itself. So now what we're going to do is we're going to back this mixer outside, and we're going to drop a chain down in, and so we're going to drop a chain down in, we're going to hook onto here, and we're going to lift them up out of the mixer, and then we'll have to sweep this crap all out of here, and then we can start putting our sheets in and get ready to weld them in there. So we'll back outside and get these lifted out. Well, we just got interrupted here from working on that mixer wagon. The boys are hauling manure, and truck 14, which is an 06 International, quit on the side of the road, so we got to figure out what's going on with that. we're headed there right now, and start to spit snow and everything else. So we'll have to see how long that's going to keep us from working on the mixer, but it seems like every time I get a project going, I have something else that gets in the way. But we'll join back with you in a little bit here, and hopefully that truck is just a minor problem. But at any rate, we're going to have to get him going so he can get to the field. Alright, so Jared has just called me. It was on Kerr's truck that has the problem, and he had said that the wire is corroded and broke off of the alternator. So we're going to have to take a new eyelet connector and get that connected to the wire, the hot wire that comes off of the alternator. So it seems like that's going to be an easy fix, and we're going to be to him here in a little while, and yeah. Alright, we are just rolling up on Kerr here, so it should be an easy fix. Alright, so here is the culprit right there. We got ourselves a corroded wire, and then that's going to go on right here. So hopefully that stud doesn't break off. The only thing I didn't bring with me is a spare alternator. I do have one up to the shop. I should have brought it. So let's see if I can get this thing to stick right there. You hold that block of wood right there, maybe, and I could whack that wire. Stand where I am. Come over here. Hmm? Yeah, that should be good. This one ain't none too good either. This one's junk too. Yeah. There's the start of the She's flat now. Alright, we did the best we could with that. It worked using the sledgehammer to crimp them ends down. Go ahead and try that. Got some air in there. Huh? Yeah. Alright, that's starting to roll a lot better now. There's just a lot of air in the system from idling down the hill. Actually, I quit on top of the hill on it. Well, back to the shop we go. And there he goes. Alright, we got the screws lifted up out of there. We're going to run up, we're going to clean the rest of the crap out of the mixer, and then we're going to set the liners in. Here's the liner kit right here, and we've had this kit for almost a year now. That's all the side panels. The triangular pieces are the baffles, and then yeah. So we're going to cut them bands, clean the mixer out, and we're going to start loading them pieces in, so that we have everything in the inside of the mixer, and then we've got the rest of the stuff here in the shop that's going to go. Let the lighting adjust. We got the rest of the stuff here in the shop. There's two new screws there. You can see the difference in the thickness of those screws there. And then we've got some pieces that came off of the 900 mixer that are going to go on to that one. The tail light housings and whatever, they're going to go on there. And then we've got the top rubber extension here. That's going to go up on top of the mixer. And then we've got, should have 20 knives there. We've got enough knives to put on these screws here and the other mixer wagon. So let's get up there and get the crap cleaned out of the mixer wagon, then we can come back down and start setting liners in and hopefully get welding here before the day's out. So we'll come back at you in a few minutes here. Alright, we've got the 8320 back here at the farm. We're going to get this unloaded off the trailer. The insurance company ended up totaling it, so gonna get this off in here, and we've gotten a hold of a couple of salvage companies, and we're gonna see if maybe we can get something out of it for salvage. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have a tire guy come and take the rear tires off of it. Those are pretty good, and we're gonna put them on the other 8320. So we're just airing up that tire, the inside tire. We ended up dropping the air out of it so that when it was sitting on the blocks, it was a little more level. So we're just going to back this off in there quick and get this setting on a couple of blocks and wait for the tire guy to swap out the tires on it. The other set of wheels are right there. So as you can see, the tires are in pretty good shape. They're like brand new. These are, what the heck are they? I think they're Michelin's maybe? Yes, they are Michelin Agri Rib. So we could put these tires on the other 8320. The insurance company said as long as it has tires on it, that that's okay. So yeah. Well, interruptions. So this Lowboy trailer that we have has a little pony motor on there that runs the hydraulics to lift up the hydraulic cylinder. And that motor quit on us, and I ain't gonna put another one on there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make up some hydraulic hoses to power that gooseneck on that Lowboy with the road tractor. So I should have done it years ago when we bought the Lowboy, but I thought it was just so much handier to have the motor on there to lift the trailer up and down, and we can use multiple trucks on it. You don't need a hydraulic system on the truck to raise and lower the gooseneck so that you can get attached and detached from the trailer. So we're going to build some hoses now. We're going to run it right to the hydraulic system on the truck. Therefore, we haven't got to deal with that frickin' motor and hydraulic unit that's up on top of the trailer there. Alright, we ended up hooking into the tractor with the hoses. Got these hoses here, hooked into the hydraulic system on the truck, and that's coming up into the valve here that'll raise the cylinder up and down. So you have to raise this up and down in order to get the hitch on the Lowboy to work. So we got that plumbed in. Now he's going to run down and hook onto the Lowboy. We've got the power unit was up in there. We've got that lifted off in there. And this motor was a Harbor Freight special, and that motor shot, but the hydraulic system is still good. So we're going to have him run out of the shop here, and he's going to run down and hook onto the Lowboy. Well, he's got her all hooked up here, and working nicely. set nicely in there, won't they?
Yeah.
Good. All right. All right, he's just gonna pull out from the trailer, and that's gonna do her. Just makes it. Okay. All right, back up to the shop we go. Well, we've got the liners all set into place. We took the screws out earlier, cleaned the whole mixer out, and we set the liners in, and we are just out of time here for today. I had a lot of jumping around to do, just going back and forth between the different little problems of the day. So we've got this far. I thought I was going to get farther, but that's just the way it goes. So yeah, we'll get after this tomorrow. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. I want to thank you for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up if you like these videos. Drop me a comment down below, and we will catch you at the next video. Thanks again, folks.